days, overwhelmed, trapped in a maze. Small business owner, stress had me in the daze. Every problem piled up, couldn't catch a break. Thought I couldn't make it, my dreams were at stake. But then I found a group that changed my whole perspective. Our success group of a community so effective. We all chasing that dream, sharing struggles and fears. They understood my journey, wiped away my tears. Together we broke through, we rise above. No more feeling stuck, we're fueled by love. Our small business is shining, reaching new heights. With the support of our success group, we're taking flight. Our word is strong, the vision so clear. Building our dreams with no more fear. Together we're resilient, unstoppable force. With our success group. Together we broke through, we rise above. No more feeling stuck, we're fueled by love. Our small business is shining, reaching new heights. With the support of our success group, we're taking flight. Our word is strong, the vision so clear. Building our dreams with no more fear. Together we're resilient, unstoppable force. With our success group.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rising Tide Talks. I'm Kylene Montgomery, and I encourage. Oh my gosh, it's been a day. I'm just Kylene with Rise, Shine, Smile. We'll go with that today.
Perfect. I'm Becky Kutzer, and I believe it takes a village to run a business.
Yeah. Kylene, you still have that positive energy, so that's good even after a long day.
I mean, I can laugh at myself, so I am good.
There you go. There you go. Well, I'm Aaron Montgomery. I'm with our success group, and we are here to help inspire you guys to fall deeper in love with your business. And just a wonderful evening, and always love getting together and having this chat, and having a chat with Becky here with us too. It's always great perspective. And you guys, we're looking for you guys to jump in there. Oh, there we go. Phew. I was a little bit worried. Now we can all. Chuck, love it. How are you, sir? Good evening. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you very much. And we've got Mo checking in as well. So yeah, let us know that you're tuned in and watching us, and tell us a little bit about your business if you don't mind. Maybe just share what your business is, or anything. And then we also need to share what we're grateful for, right, Kylene?
Yeah, we're going to start with some more positive energy. So we like gratitude because gratitude is our superpower. When we choose to focus on the things that we currently have in our life, we can really appreciate that. We get more of it, and it starts to raise our vibration. So we're going to do that here tonight and bring as much energy as we can here. So Becky, do you want to start us off with what you're grateful for today?
Well, we have to say hello to Tanya. I haven't seen her in a while. So great to see you, Tanya. Thanks for being here. Awesome. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I want to make sure we got.
Yeah.
Appreciate Tanya tuning in. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just chatting with her on Messenger. So
oh, cool.
So it worked out. And Jerry too. We'll hit that one quick. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Gratitude for me. I should have maybe put some thought into this and forgot. Hey, Brian. I'm going to say Nick right now. He just messaged and said that he passed sociology. And for anybody that knows, we've been having the saga of senior year. And so I know, right? I'm just going to say he passed. I won't tell you how much he passed by, but
it really doesn't matter.
Nobody's going to check later.
So I'm just grateful that he did start finally putting a little work into it, and just grateful that, you know, we're working our way through the senior year and making it happen. So
love it. Awesome.
That's awesome.
Congratulations to Nick there. Chuck says, I'm grateful for 5.5 hours more work this year. There you go. Almost done. Can't believe we're already talking about 2025, but
It's
I guess we
crazy.
are
Yeah.
about a week away. Yeah.
Hard to believe.
Yeah. Kylene, what about you?
Well, I'm grateful for a lot of things, but I'm really grateful for our warmer weather we're having here in St. Louis. It was nice yesterday. I was able to go out and go for a walk. So I'm kind of weird. I don't like to go out when it's dark or super cold. So yesterday was just really nice just to remove myself from my situation and go for a walk. I guess it wasn't yesterday, it was Monday, but it's been warm all week. So I'm just really grateful for it. It just energizes me, that warmer weather and the sunshine. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Very cool. Very cool. Tanya says, I'm grateful for the crazy pups who make me laugh, and Asia's in love with her bros. So love it that
Oh,
the
that's good.
dogs are all getting along, and that's really awesome. So thanks for sharing that, Tanya. For me, I am grateful. So I got an opportunity to go today to an event, kind of a monthly networking event. It's called E for E, or Experts for Entrepreneurs. And I've kind of found a little home there, just building some local community. And today they did something kind of fun where they we had to kind of like pick out what's a challenge in our business, and then we passed that note to the next table over for them to work on and help give us suggestions. But before we could work on it and give suggestions, then we all went out into this other room and we played games. So it was kind of to show us how childlike play can bring really cool
Mhm.
creativity and things like that. So we played let's see here, we played Scrabble. We played cornhole. We did some drawing. We did some creative drawing. We took selfies with all these fun hats and stuff. And then we had these other games like where you like flip the ball into the little cup, or the paddle with the ball. And there were hula hoops as well. So one of the other members there got a really hilarious picture of me trying to hoop. And so
You need to share that.
yeah, I told her let's delete that. But so anyhow, just grateful for that really cool opportunity to go and learn and be around those folks today. Really energized me. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night, so but I've been on fire pretty much all day because of that. So
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
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 Glad you got to go.
Yep. Let's see here. Jerry shares, grateful for my wife, Kim, and how much she helps me and helps with our business. That's awesome, Jerry. Great to hear. And Chandler shares, I'm grateful for notifications. I forgot it's Wednesday. Also great for all the sales today in the office and a podcast room and a co-working subscription. And just
Wow.
Job.
Job.
another pom-pom worthy event. All of these are pom-pom worthy events. But
Yeah.
what's Sandy got there, Becky? I got to put my glasses on, I think. There you go.
On to listen today. Glad
Yay.
We're grateful you're here, Sandy. All right,
Okay,
I'll
are these
put the
going
pom-pom
off by
sound.
themselves now, Aaron?
What's that?
Do they not go off? Okay. I
I don't.
couldn't remember if you had the timer thing set on them anymore.
Oh,
This new,
apparently not. I thought I
well,
did.
it did because I didn't click it, so
Oh.
it must go off.
Must go off. I don't see the numbers anymore. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Now we know. All
New
right.
systems were so whatever. But okay, so today I wanted to start something else a little bit. So I now have two cards in my hand because I dropped one. So obviously we don't get to use that one because I'm not going to get it. So these are they're pop open cards called Thoughtfuls. If anybody has ever ordered from me, they've probably gotten them in their orders.
Yep.
They were part
I
of
have.
the
I've
Fun
got one right
Live. Is yours open?
I did open it, yeah,
Okay.
but this is one you sent me a long time ago.
Yep.
And it sits here on my desk. So
Okay, so the one I dropped, I think, was Live with Intention, and I have Life Inspired or Mindfulness.
Okay.
So, Kylene, which one should we open?
Life inspired.
All right. So, Life Inspired today says, here's to all the places we went and all the places we'll go. John Green. Which makes me
I
think
like
about
that.
the Dr. Seuss, all
Mhm.
the places you'll go book.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Chandler says, love those. Yes.
Yeah.
Becky, read it one more time for me. I just want to take it in here.
Here's to all the places we went and to all the places we'll go.
I love that.
Yeah, that is really
Yes.
good.
So-
Life inspired. Yeah.
Yep. And the
Yeah.
back of it says your life is your creation. And then there's always a spot for you to, add a little note or whatever, which I usually say thank you or whatever. There's actually some Merry Christmas ones I've been sending out lately. So that's been kind of fun. So I just wanted to add that. I think I just love those. They're just a neat little thing. My sister, actually, we can thank my sister for those. She started it. She usually has some in her purse. So when we are out shopping or at a restaurant, she'll include it with, if she
Aw.
pays the bill or leaves a tip. Or I have had Cora. We handed one to the lady at the vehicle tax place the one day. She wanted to do it, and we handed one to somebody at Walmart the one day, and so
Wow.
we just
I
been
love
playing with them a little bit. I
That's-
haven't done that for a while, so I need to get some more in my purse
Yeah.
and in my vehicle. So,
That's
anyways,
a great idea.
something fun.
You-
I love those.
Yeah.
So
You inspired me. I've been doing that before my in-person yoga classes.
fun.
Start their class by popping that open and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully helping them with an intention for their practice. So it's been
I
really
love
cool.
it.
Very cool.
I just think that this hopefully it'll meet people where they want it. It'll help somebody today, and that one was a good one.
That was a good one.
That's really cool. What great ideas! I actually had a similar experience today. Kylie, do you still have that little sticker that I dropped
Yep.
earlier? Can
I
you read
do.
it? So after the end of this, and it was a networking meeting, was kind of the idea of it. But at the end of it, this lady came around with a box and she said, "Here's a random affirmation sticker." And just gave everybody one. And she had a big old box. So that's cool that you carry those around in your purse in your car. And there you go. So
Yeah.
perfect in every way. All right. Well, where do we go from here, Becky?
Well, we were going to continue the conversation from Small Business Saturdays. And it was, if I don't know if I'm going to have that right, but it was the 7 get-tos to put on your calendar instead of your to-do list.
Yep.
Which was part 1. So I honestly did not get it watched. I read the article and what that I could. I got through part of it. I shouldn't say that I didn't watch it. I did get through part of it today or yesterday and today and stuff. But the Saturday time slot just isn't in my schedule yet. So
That's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Because so yeah, if people want to go back and watch it, if you go over to Live OSG, you can check it out if you hadn't checked that out yet. And then there is a blog, also the most recent blog on our blog at oursuccessgroup.com/blog that also talks about the same kind of stuff. So you get me in writing form or me in talking form. So
It's all good stuff.
all good information, definitely.
yeah. So from what you were able to consume there, Becky, this is what I love about Rising Tide Talks is it allows us to really kind of dig into whatever we want to, but kind of go deeper into this and get some different perspectives. And because I think we all take things differently, and honestly, I bet you we all take things differently at different times. Like we could come back and hear something like this a month from now and maybe take some other piece out of it. So how do we want to explore that, Becky?
Well, so I have 2 things. One, when you were in the video part that I was talking, you talked about 3 pillars. I don't know if you had a word about 3 pillars. You just said something about 3 pillars. And then I wrote those down, and it was mindset, fundamentals, and wellness. And it just, I don't know, that one just spoke to me because it's like, well, that is definitely the 3 pillars of small business that we need. We need to have that right mindset. We need the fundamentals to make things work. And we definitely need the wellness to bring into our lives to keep it going. The other 2.
Yeah.
That was one thing for me. The other thing that I guess I would like to talk about a little bit, because that one really kind of hit home because it kind of nailed me right square between the eyes, was the Parkinson's law of, working on your business and how work expands to fill that allotted time. And not only does this happen for me in business, this happens to me in my personal life, because if you tell me I have an hour to get ready, I will use 59 and a half minutes.
And then the last minute to actually get ready.
And then I still might have to go back and find something because I didn't get it right. But same applies. I was just thinking about it. I wanted to be done at noon today, and I let a lot of things. I knew I didn't have to be done at noon today. I knew I had things to do, but I let a lot of things just pile up or just take precedence out of the things that I should have been doing to have finished what I wanted to finish today.
Could have.
Now means, oh yeah,
Ooh.
haven't heard that enough yet.
We need a buzzer, I think, for that.
I think you do. I think you better have it. We all need, but we need a show.
Yeah, we all need it. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I could have been doing, which it is fine. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to be off mainly because Cora has a play at school I'm going to go watch, but I will come back and I will finish the 6 things I didn't get done today. 6 things meaning 6 items, not 6 orders. So, but again, if I know I have only so much time, and that's where, I know I mentioned it to Chandler the other day about my end of the day timer, and that's not something I have been using as readily as I had been previously. But if I were to set that, okay, I need to be done. Okay, I'm going to be done at 4. That means my end of the day needs to happen at 3:30. So I need to have this set of things done by 3:30. How am I going to make that happen? And if I would set that time, I know I get stuff done. I know I can stay a lot more focused. I know I do better under pressure when I have a deadline. So I need to start giving myself and making those deadlines be more important. That's not really the right way I want to say it, but making it feel like I have a true deadline, whether I have a deadline or not.
Yeah.
Giving myself that deadline to say I need to do X by this time, and then stay focused with it. So
Interesting.
Yeah. Creating that urgency for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kylene, you got anything that you want to share?
Well, I was just going to expand on that. Excuse me. No, I got to take on my throat. I'm a mess tonight. I was just going to say, like, for me, the power of Masters of Success and those actionable goals that you do has really helped me stay accountable and create some of those deadlines so I can keep them versus me just setting them. It's just one level of that push that I can create that urgency and importance on the most important thing instead of all the other things that show up.
Love that. All right. Well, can we talk real quick about Parkinson's law and kind of that concept on a little bigger picture level too, so everybody's kind of familiar with what we're talking about there? Do you mind if I have a little quick? So think about Parkinson's law. Basically what this is gentleman, can't remember his first name. Anyhow, he determined that, work expands to fill the allotted time that we give it. So if you think about okay, if I need to do X and I go, oh, okay, I've got to do it this week, right? Like you were talking about with getting ready there, Becky, right? We're going to probably go, okay, Friday, oh shoot, Saturday, I got to get done. And then, right. And then miraculously we get it done in that last 15 minutes in that final window. Mm-hmm. And we've kind of made it more complicated than it needed to be because we had all this extra space, right? We had all this freedom to go, all right, I got to make this perfect. I got to overthink this. We don't say we're going to overthink that, but that's what happens. Right. And so, and that's just human nature, right? There's nothing that's not going to change because our subconscious, our bodies want to hold on to those energy stores. So it's basically going to kind of keep pushing us to go, oh, are you sure you want to put all that effort into it right yet? And you're going to go, oh, well, no, it's not due until tomorrow. I'll get to it then. Mm-hmm. But we also have this crazy ability to get things done. Like, okay, it has to be done by there. I thought I needed 8 hours. Somehow I figured out how to get it done in 30 minutes. Right. And a lot of times we end up feeling after that going, gosh, I got it done, and we should be proud of ourselves for getting it done. But we typically beat ourselves up going, man, it's not perfect and yada, yada, yada. So I think what's important here is we need to flip that script a little bit and use Parkinson's law to our advantage in 2 ways. First, we just need to celebrate that we got it done. And wow, I could do that in 30 minutes. I didn't even realize it. Now, next time I can, maybe not do it in 30 minutes, but maybe I'm only give myself an hour instead of 8 hours. So that's one way. The other way that we can look at this is, and somebody that does this to the extreme is Elon Musk, right? And not here to talk about the politics of any of this, and so I don't really care about that. But if you look at him, he's somebody that does get some things accomplished, and it may not be exactly right all the time. They don't always hit the deadlines, but he said that they were going to put people on Mars by some crazy extreme date. I can't remember the exact date, where NASA said, no, it's going to be 30 more years than that. Now, I don't know. I kind of feel like he's probably going to get there a little faster than NASA does, because he uses that principle. So he sets these crazy, insane deadlines and says, this is what we're going to do. And he makes this public declaration. And then he doesn't care if they don't make it. They make it a lot further than anybody else because they've put in that effort trying to meet that deadline. So I know that's a real extreme example, but I think both of those ways are ways that we can look at that and utilize that for ourselves in our daily lives and businesses.
I agree. And I think that's why, for, like I said, for me, trying to set that timer and setting that quote unquote deadline would flips the script for me, because then it's like, okay, now I have a deadline. I need to get this done. I know I'm going to be able to take that, 6 hours and fit everything that I need to get done in those 6 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kylie.
I just think, like, before you have you go on a trip or something like that, like, you're always running up into the last minute, and you think about how much you get done right before you leave, and it's like, why can't I do that every day?
how about 15 minutes before somebody says they're going to show up at your house?
Very true.
Yeah, like we kind of joke around here, right? That if we really want to get our house clean, let's invite some people over, right?
Yeah.
But here's something that stands out to me, though, and I think this is why the power of Masters of Success is so extreme for people to be able to get things done. Because as I mentioned, Elon Musk makes these public declarations. Right? So I had the same experience when I wrote the book. I made these multiple public declarations that the book was going to be done by X date. And I'm making that statement to you guys, who I value and want you guys to think highly of me, all that kind of stuff, right? We're using all those kind of feelings that are inside and going, okay, now, again, I gave myself a lot of time, and I really actually rewrote the book in 6 months. So I didn't need the full year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever I took on it. But the reality of it was it really what came from that public declaration. And I think that's what's so cool about Masters of Success, right? Is we make that public declaration to each other. We give ourselves grace when we don't get there, and we give each other grace when we don't get there, but we still want to accomplish those things. And so I know on Sunday night before our calls on Monday, or Monday night before the calls on Tuesday, that a lot of people are getting a lot of things done. Maybe it's on Friday before. Yep. Now we've had 2 weeks, right? So, okay. And it's kind of gamifying the whole system, I think, in a way.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
I agree. Yep.
All right. Sorry, you get me excited about Parkinson's law, and I could talk about it for hours.
Well, and like you said, with making the public statement, like with Masters of Success, we are putting it out there. We're speaking it into existence, and we're going to, have people there to hold us accountable. Like you said, give us grace, but we also know that, we're going to have to come to that meeting and say, I didn't quite get that done, and try to explain why. So I think having that accountability side and whatever just really makes it gives that urgency and that deadline that we need.
Yeah.
But I think there's something in that try to explain why piece too that is more powerful than we realize as well. Not in I'm trying to justify it, but if we look at it the right way, my trying to explain why is actually you looking for how we can change it in the future, right? It's not a justification. It's here's why. Can I fix that or change that in the future, or do I want to, right? But then we get value out of all of it, whether you accomplished it or not. You get value out of it, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the learning that happens along the way.
Yeah,
what works and what doesn't work for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I saw Barb pop in here, so say hello, and Julie in as well. And she says hi, and then also agreed to your statement earlier there, Becky.
Yes.
All right. So Becky, anything else on that? You said you had 2 points there.
Well, no, just the one was like the pillars is what stood out for me. The
Okay.
first was the first one, and then the Parkinson's law was my number 2. So um, that was
Yeah.
where I was at
Okay.
And
what you had going on there.
Yeah. Kind of.
yeah, the pillars is kind of, what OSG is. You explained it really well, what the pillars are all about. And I love it because it really does look at you holistically. And I think that's what we're always trying to look at, because we can just focus on one part, but if we're not looking at our whole life, what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve might be a lot more difficult, and it might not be as enjoyable, and it might not be as successful if you don't look at the whole picture of where your life is.
Yeah. And what I kind of, not even talking about what Kylie's talking about, but just kind of this whole program in general here. Like, I didn't talk about Parkinson's law all that much on Saturday. I kind of brought it up and we were able to go a lot deeper. So that really actually gives me a question for everybody that's listening in. Like, how do you see that interacting in your daily lives or in your business, right? Do you notice the same thing that Becky mentioned, or that, Kylene and I have happen, where that same thing, we expand. I jokingly call myself a time optimist, right? Like you said, Becky, an hour, right? Oh, well, then I can fit 12 other things in there. You've given me an hour's worth of time. Let me do 7 more things right now. Or 12. So, how does that play out for you guys that are listening in live right now? I'd love to hear that.
Right.
And go from there. So, but Becky, when we were talking before the show, you also mentioned that there was another area that from the blog or post that you would that stood out to you a little bit, or from kind of some of the notes there. Again,
I'm trying to go back through my notes quick.
well, the pillars, and so the other thing was kind of this idea of the wellness aspect of it, and how. Because one of the things that we talked about on Saturday that was important for us to put on our calendar, as opposed to just have on our to-do list, is a opportunity for reflection, and to, at the end of the week, okay, how'd the week go? How can I do better? Celebrating at the end of the month. We're coming up. I don't know if everybody does this or not, but, looking back on the year, right? We want to set our goals for 2025, but the first thing that I think we need to do there is reflect back on 2024 and understand what worked and what didn't work. Right. So, I guess I would love to hear your take on some of that, Becky, and you as well, Kylene.
Well, and I have not done the reflection piece as well previously. This year's probably been a little bit better. I know I've taken time to celebrate different milestones along the way this year, but I've never done the year-end part that I would like to do this year also. And I agree with you guys for the pillars. It is a very holistic part that we need to, we're business owners, and we do top to bottom, bottom to top. We're everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're the only ones that are there to take care of ourselves in that same time. We don't have anybody else saying, hey, you should stop, take a break. We don't have scheduled breaks we don't have a 15-minute break twice every 8 hours. Is that what it's supposed to be, if I remember right? And I don't know, the allotted hour lunch or half hour lunch or whatever it is. I think I went in for lunch at 2:00 today. I was going to start supper. Guess what? Supper didn't start. So days like that happen. However, those, without having the structure and having the items on the calendar in our Fun 5 fashion, they're getting pushed off to the side. So the working on the business is not happening like it should, because we're letting all these other pieces become more important than those Fun 5. And including the wellness pillar and the mindset pillar. They're all getting pushed off because we think the next thing that's in front of us is the most important thing, because somebody sent us an email and we need to look at email, and somebody sent you a text message. And I mean, that was kind of how my day went. I had a text message, and then I had a Facebook message, and then I had an email, and then, so you're back and forth, and there's no structure to it for us. So not getting those items set, quote unquote, in stone on your calendar, so that you get time to work or not get to. Well, you do get to, but you don't make time to have that happen.
Yeah. And by doing that, by taking that time to reflect and learn and just understand what happened and what is important and the path that you're going and all of that, and being intentional with that scheduling, it really is going to help reduce the burnout. And I think that's what we all want to avoid, right? We want to keep going and sharing our gifts. And so taking the time to do that is so important.
And the other, if go and taking that even another step further, and this is kind of my whole reason behind our success group, what I want to help people understand is that in doing that, right, that looking back, that learning, that it does all those things you guys have said, but it also makes us more efficient. It makes it so we have less things to do. We're less overwhelmed. We can get more clarity, and that clarity brings more confidence, and that confidence brings more action. But it doesn't mean more action as in I have to do more things. It means more of the right action at the right time because you're more confident in it. So you're actually working less, but you go, oh, I didn't have time for that. I don't have time for reflection. I don't have time to do this or that, the other thing. And my argument has always been that I don't believe we don't have time not to do that, right? Because then we just keep piling it on, piling it on, piling it on. And pretty soon we're just doing whatever we think we need to do that's in front of us. You talked about that earlier, Becky, like
Right.
that tyranny of the urgent, I think Karen said in the Masters of Success on Tuesday.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
could be really, really big. So,
Yep.
Well, and we've talked about that on here too, I think. Just, when life is happening all of a sudden to us and it's out of control. And then it's really important to take that and make that an important task every day, to do that scheduling, reflection, resetting what's important.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Chandler says, yes, clarity.
Mhm.
You guys want to hit Sandy's comment real quick, or is there somewhere else we want to go before we?
Let's hit Sandy's comment
Yep.
quick, and then I know we talked about before to have a little bit shorter for you guys needing to get Lewis somewhere, so we'll kind of get her wrapped up just a little bit here. But Sandy's comment says, when I'm on a deadline, whether I got to click it again because I wasn't paying attention, whether
Okay.
it's self-imposed or not, I don't have time to get stuck in my head. I just do what has to be done without thinking too much about it. And I think that's very, very true, because there again, you only have so much time, so
Mhm.
you just put your head down and get it done. So
Yeah.
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 It is amazing what we can accomplish sometimes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Julie's comment's really good too. She says, I've been a procrastinator. However, learning about priority scheduling and getting and placing my get to tasks on my calendar is helping tremendously. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job,
Good
Julie.
job.
Yeah. High five, Julie. There we go.
Mhm.
All right. Well, okay. So we talked about reflection. We talked about kind of that self-care and stuff like that. I think that is like, in a way, we talked about the three pillars too. In a way, it's kind of why this SOS event is so important to us. I think why we're so passionate as a group about it. Becky, do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, the SOS event is the Summit of Success event that we are planning here for April, and we have an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful lodge in the southeast North Dakota area that is just going to be pretty much all inclusive for us, and it is going to hit all three pillars because your mindset will change because you will have this amazing space to be in. The fundamentals will be talked about and taught, and we will have
And experienced.
wellness and
Sorry.
experience.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. And we have wellness side, because to me the wellness side will probably be one of the bigger parts, because if you are attending, you are taking care of yourself. You have already chosen to say, I want to take care of myself. I am going to go give myself this time, this 2.5, 3 days that we're going to be there, and you'll be working on your business. You'll be resetting, reflecting, recharging,
And
just
learning.
and learning.
Yeah.
Yes,
Relearning. Yeah. There you go.
relearning. I love that. So April 10th through the 12th, and we just really believe that this will be a game changer for anybody that's in attendance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. It really will be transformational for yourself, because you're going to be there and you can play full out. You don't have any of the other distractions there. So you can just be you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's what I love about it the most. As you mentioned earlier on, Becky, that as small business owners, you got from A to Z. It's your responsibility, every single bit of it, and you get to have 3 days, 2 nights of I got
No
nothing,
decisions.
no decisions to make, nothing. I just get to relax, reflect, transform, relearn, like dream big too. I mean, that it's going to be so
Mhm.
inspirational across the board that, yeah, I can't wait for this event. Now, what I'm going to challenge everybody to, I think that's more my role than your guys' role. I have to be the push people, prod people a little bit more. Um, Here's my challenge to everybody that's listening, whether you're listening live right now or listening on the recording. If you are at all, like, if there's any inkling of like, should I check this out? I would highly, highly encourage you to reach out to any one of us. Uh, we'll try to, what I'd love for you to do is just schedule a quick call with Becky, or myself or Kylene. But Becky's put a lot of thought and effort into this, and so with one of us though, just we don't want to sell you on anything that's never going to be who we are. In fact, it's probably to our detriment, right? And
Probably.
yeah, but that's okay. You know what? We're going to be who we are, and we just want to talk about it, right? Tell us what's holding you back. What are the challenges, right? And I'm sure making an investment that much time, all of these are real challenges that you've got. But we want you to really kind of think about, okay, understand the challenges, think about the result, though. Think about the outcome. Think about how your life and your business could be changed. And so we'll give you all the information, all the rundown, tell you what to expect, you know, tell us what you would expect out of it, that type of thing. And we'll just see if there's a fit. So anyhow, long way to say, my challenge to you, please reach out, right? If you're ready for it, cool. Save your time, go sign up right now, reserve one of the rooms and be good. But if you're maybe on the fence a little bit, yeah, let's have a conversation. So that makes sense. I just basically put you out there, Becky, and said, just call Becky.
I'm fine. I will. I am here to help, and we'll talk to anybody about this. I mean, that is the one part that, I mean, it took a long time for me to reach out for help. And it is definitely something that I believe most people struggle with, and especially us as entrepreneurs, that, we work by ourselves, we rely on ourselves, we don't ask for a lot of help, and asking for help is not a weakness. It is really actually a very true strength. Like I said, it did take me a long time, lots of events in my life that led up to that, but asking for help is definitely something that has really been, I'm extremely grateful for when I'm willing to ask for help, and I can tell when I haven't. I'm struggling and not doing, things that I need to be doing when somebody else could easily be helping me push forward. So, this event, like I said, we're going to be secluded is not, I don't really think that's the right word, because that doesn't sound the most positive, but
sounds great to me.
Me too. I do believe there's cell service, so you'd still be able to have contact to the real world, but it's not like we're going back that many years. But
yeah, we're not going to force you to. We're not going to take all your phones or anything like that.
Yeah. However, we were, your meals are planned for you. I have some fun things scheduled that I want for pampering, and the networking stuff, like Aaron was talking about, just gave me more ideas. So I can't wait to see everybody there. So we can't wait to see you guys there. Who's going to be there?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Jump in here to tell us if you're in the comments right now. If you're watching live, tell us where you're at. Are you on the fence? Not for you. I'm in, just waiting for Santa to bring me a big Christmas bonus, whatever it is for you. Right. So yeah, Julie says, yes, asking for help is important. Sounds great. I look forward to 2026. Can't make it this year. Sorry, guys. Totally understand.
All right.
Yep. Totally understand.
And I've talked to Julie. Julie and I have talked. We discussed that a little bit. So we totally understand, and we know exactly, where she's at, and we're working with her where she's at. So
absolutely. Love that. Cool.
But,
all right. Anything else on that we need to? Okay.
I think that's a good start for us to If anybody has questions, we'd love to answer them. If you have more questions about that, we'll get them answered in the group and start from there. So
Perfect.
good.
Perfect in every way.
Yep.
Okay. Well, how should we close this out, you guys? We did wonderful on time today.
We did do good. I just want to thank you guys for being here and joining us in the conversation. It really does mean a lot, and we all grow and learn together as a result of that. So thank you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. And do us a favor, share this with your friends. Let's get more people in here. The more, the merrier. And I think the bigger our perspective will be. I always know the more people I'm around, the smarter my solutions become, and everybody willing to jump in, type, share. Becky, you said it really well, just that willingness to take action. And sometimes it's just that willingness to, I know for a lot of years, I hesitated to add anything to the conversation because I was worried that I would say something wrong and people would look at me funny. And I realized that they're going to look at me funny regardless. and so that's okay. And somebody told me this at one point that was a life changer for me. What if somebody in that room actually needed to hear what you shared, even if your quote unquote answer was wrong to the person you were sharing it with? Right. And that, there's a long story behind that I won't give you guys right now, but I think that's important. So if you're hesitant to like jump in, be part of the conversation, I don't know enough for this or that, or the other thing, let go of that. We don't care. Not in a negative way. We care about you as a person and whatever you're bringing to this community. So
no dumb questions, no dumb answers. I think everybody has something to offer. Everybody has had different experiences, and all those experiences are answers to people's questions. There's something that you have been through that will definitely be of an asset to someone else.
Absolutely.
Yep. So,
and then next week we will be off because it's the 25th next week, right?
Okay. Christmas and New Year's Day, we hit them both. Right in a row.
Only one person works that day, and he's got a big red suit on. So well, I guess he works that night, but the night before. No show next week. And then any idea? I know I'm just asking random questions. Yeah. So the next one would be New Year's. I don't know if we'll be back then or not. Probably not, I'm guessing.
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So back on the 8th, and we've got some different subjects. I do think there will be a couple of Small Business Saturdays in there. So if anything stands out, we can talk about that. Or if there's any other topics. I know Chandler brought up a really great topic on, I think it was Small Business Saturday last week, that I think we should talk about at some point. This work-life balance and how do you manage, all of that. And I'd love to share some of the things that I've worked for me, and then I'll hear if they're actually working, because Kylene can tell you if I'm right. All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody being here tonight, and a great conversation. Thank you, Becky and Kylene, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.